Okay, so let's move on to the next topic, which is Google tools. Google gives a lot of tools free. Search engine optimization is optimization for Google search engine, but that indirectly is for our search engine. So we did not consider that in the Google tool, but this is things which are provided solely by Google. These are free. Okay. Let's start with discussion on what are the two eras of mankind. One era is before Google, which is called BG. Earlier eras were AD and BC, before Christ, and AD for the full form I have forgotten. But now what is important is BG and AG, which is after Google. I don't know what people, like there are 1 billion searches every day, and I don't know where the searches went before Google. Right now the total information which is created from inception of mankind till 2003 is now created in every 48 hours. So every 2 days we double the amount of information which mankind created till 2003. Just imagine the number of information which is getting created. Now how do you find that, store and retrieve that information? That's the important thing where Google comes into picture as far as retrieval is concerned. And when storage is concerned, it is stored in different web servers across the world. So new information comes up, and that information, you don't know what information is that. So there is a service called Google Alerts. You have to go to alerts.google.com or search alerts in Google, and you will find Google Alerts, where you write down a keyword in which you want to get alerted and get notified via email whenever new content is available for that keyword. So for example, write down Manan Choksi, like I would write down that, you can write your own name, and whenever anything is updated on your own name, you will get an email. Now why that is important? Because when you do online reputation management and people may put bad things about you, you want to know, or maybe people may put good things about you, and you want to forward that to your prospective customers. This is what people want to say about me. So Google Alert is one very good thing. For example, you can also write down your area name. Say maybe your area name is Prahlad Nagar. Now in Prahlad Nagar, if anything happens, you get a Google Alert. Now you can put the same thing on your social media, on your Facebook page. If you come to know that there is Prahlad Nagar is a place where celebrity is going to come, okay, you can put it on your Facebook page. People will like you. Another important thing is builder in your area. You can put a Google Alert for builders in your area. So in case there is a complaint against that builder, or in case there is anything positive or negative news about that builder, you will come to know first. It has a lifetime validity. In fact, I subscribed to that Google Alerts about 10 years ago. I don't know 10 years ago they were launched or not, but say at least about 6 years ago, I have still getting Google Alerts on them. So it's almost lifetime validity. Since alert was started till its lifetime right now, all are stored in one place, and I am getting regular emails on them. News. This is one exciting feature of Google. Probably you may be using. It's news.google.com. It scans thousands of websites continuously. You don't have to keep on searching for a particular news everywhere. You can choose your favorite subject and design your own page. So today's newspaper, if you see, 80% is advertisement. If you see, because it's Diwali time or Navratri time, but if you see otherwise, normal working day, you will see 80% paper which you don't want to see. Like I don't like sports news, politics news, and I don't like advertisements. So if I remove advertisements, sports news and politics, there is only 20% of news which I really want. Something about my city, something about in the business, something about economy, that's it. Maybe health and fitness. Okay, so what do you do? On news.google.com, it's very simple. You just choose those topics that I want to get alerted on, and automatically you can create your own page. Where you want to place, first should come health and fitness, then so be it. You can design your own page, and it will scan not only one newspaper, it will scan multiple news websites and create a page for you. This was created by an Indian engineer in Google. Google Maps. Everybody must be knowing Google Maps, but still realtors are not using Google Maps to their advantage. Use them to show your location of your listing. So when you are in a Google Map, you can, when you send a listing, you can send a Google Map along with the listing over email, and you can show the nearby places. You can use it along with the listing in Remax listing page. You have to put a location in the Google Map. It helps a lot. They can zoom out and see how the location is. They can zoom in and go to the exact place easily. Show nearby areas of your property. Used for showing distances. Most of the realtors have a bad reputation that they give wrong distances. So they say that this house is just 2 kilometers from your office, and when you actually start, you end up driving 6 kilometers. First 2 kilometers actually is the first turn, then there is another 2 kilometers, then another 2 kilometers, you end up at 6 kilometers. So have a good reputation you can build by sending a Google Map and the exact distance, that this is how you calculated the distance between his home and his office, and so that way there will be no dispute regarding the distance even before seeing the property. Show directions. कहाँ पे आया? यहाँ पे, यहाँ पे, यहाँ पे. Yeah? Google Maps automatically give directions. Okay, another important feature of Google Maps is that you can show public transport. So a city like Bombay or probably even Ahmedabad has BRTS connectivity. So you can show public transport directions. So if you want to go from office to home, you can show via public transport, via foot, via car, and you can see the actual minutes in that, and which is automized, so you don't have any. Usually it's accurate because I went to Delhi and I used the Delhi metro. I wanted to use the Delhi metro, and the direction it gave along with the time estimate was pretty much accurate. Your name when searched on Google. See, this is what we were talking about all the time, which was reputation. Mr. Ram Prasad Party is a big realtor in Bombay. A lot of places his name is there, and the most important thing, these were genuinely him, not other people. And more importantly, again, this is all content which he could, it was in his control. It was not in somebody else's control. Where property when searched in Google, bungalow in Koregaon Park, the first company Remax listing. So likewise, you have to improvise. Where you can use Google to search whether your property is search engine optimized for the right keywords or not. Google AdWords. If you see, these are the advertisements. This yellow part is advertisement. If there are advertisements on the side also, these are all advertisements. These are paid. It's not free, and it's very complex to create a ad campaign for Google AdWords. I would not recommend. I have had not a very good result of Google AdWords, because if you say a wide keyword, then you get a lot of fake clicks. The useless clicks, they don't have any business to do with. And if you use the narrow keyword, you get very less. And unfortunately, in India, still city-wise mapping, geotagging is not available. So when a person clicks, you cannot target him that he should click only from Ahmedabad. It is state level. So when a person clicks and he says, like, he gets an ad, the best realtor in Ahmedabad, most probably the person is say maybe in Bhavnagar or Rajkot, where he has little business to do. But he still gets the advertisement, and by mistakenly he clicks, but it's pay per click. So whenever he clicks, you get charged. So Google AdWords are not very effective in the long as of now. For an individual realtor, maybe it will take a while before when the Indian government makes geotagging compulsory. Then you can focus only on Ahmedabad, and you will get better response. Keyword generation tool. So Google Ads is a keyword generation tool which is very interesting. You can use this keyword in your YouTube videos, you can use your keywords in your blog posts and everything. So this is a tool which is free and which is in Google AdWords, and you can just write down the website name and it will show you the keywords. Or maybe you can write down your, it will show a lot of synonyms, antonyms and things like that. Google Business Location, you map your office to, you can tell that on the Google map you map your office, and automatically when you search it will get a higher ranking than when it is not mapped. So if you have office in a particular office building, you just put it that this is my business location, and automatically it will, whenever you search real estate in Pune, first things will get here which have got mapped. Blog. So we talked a lot about blogs. What is a blog? What actually a blog is? Actually, it started with logging, LOG log, and it became blog because it was a lot of text. So your place to write a lot of text will matter. You can write links to office website, BA website, property website. It will increase SEO of those links. Fastest way to become an expert in just about anything. Okay, so if you want to become an expert in, say, health and fitness, write about 100 blogs on health and fitness, and people will think you are an expert. If people see that blog, you can put that blog on your website, you can put it on Facebook profile, and a lot of things. You become an expert. But understand, the more interesting the blog is, you will get more views, more comments. There is like people blog on things which publishers don't want to print. They just keep on writing blogs. It's free. Some blog writers are so professional that they get paid by Google for showing ads on their blogs. However, if you opt for that, then your value as a realtor decreases because there will be irritating ad in between the blogs. Okay, so how to create a blog? You just go to blogger.com. Simple way, it's free. If you have a Gmail account, you need a Gmail account. In fact, if you want to go to blogger.com, and first thing it will ask is confirm your profile. You will be seen as this. You can change your profile picture. Continue to Blogger. One click and you're ready to blog. You start a new blog. You can sign up for an affiliate for ads. So there will be ads shown and you may get paid for it. But that is not what I recommend right now, because this is not going to be the primary source of income. Your income is going to be real estate broking, and it's not easy also. You need a very good command over language, and you need topics that people search on, and after that people come and they actually click on the ads, then you get money. So don't get distracted by this enticing thing, but what is important is that you create your own blog and start writing. You can see my blog is like mgchoksey.blogspot.com, and likewise you will have a blog ID and this blog URL. This blog URL you can mention it in your profile, you can also mention it in your email signature and things like that. Okay, so we did a lot of internet related tools. We did a lot of cutting edge multimedia tools. Now let's go back to something called email, for which the internet was like invented. It was not invented for email, but email came before internet, and email use exponentially rose ever after internet was invented. But there is a big problem on making effective, efficient use of email. So that is the topic of today's discussion. How to effectively use email. Email is free. Most of the email is free. Email ID at remax.in is free with your email broker associate ID. Gmail ID is free. However, there are two sources of reading emails. One is online browser, and another is through Outlook. let us see what are the positive and negatives of email in general. It's easy to stay in touch. It's documented thing. So if there is an offer, you should email it. It's free, fast and omnipresent. Email today is omnipresent. What does omnipresent mean? It is present everywhere. Even on mobile phones, on tablet PCs, on laptops, these days there is something called an email watch, where you get email notification on your watch. So it's getting omnipresent. It's free, as in you do pay for it for internet access, but email is free. So however number of messages you get, most probably won't charge for it. Best form of offline communication. Over email you can send photos, over email you can send pictures, you can send videos, audios, documents, a lot many things over email. So, and it's offline. So if the person is not busy, is not available to take that email, is busy, that doesn't mean that you have to email again. That means that he will read it when he's free. And usually people, all business people rely a lot on email for important communication. However, there are negatives. Too many emails, you get a lot of emails for frivolous things, so many emails that people cannot manage. Say for example, I get 700 emails a day, so, and most of them are junk mails. I get on an average 250 emails which are marked junk by the spam server. So they are already junk, they are like known junk emails. Of course there are unknown junk emails which I come to know after reading. Managing multiple email accounts, because it's free, people have got a lot of email accounts, lot. Example, I have got 16 email accounts till now, and most of them are active, so I have to keep on checking all 16. So what I do is I forward it to a one central account and I check one account. It's easier that way. Can't search old email if the computer changes. So when you have emails downloaded to your computer and if the computer changes, you can't search unless you migrate that file to the new computer, or you use online. In each case, again, it's a difficult cumbersome process, but then you can search it on old. Can't print everything as paper load will be too much. That is not negative of email, but because email is so easy to use, people send a lot of emails, and you cannot actually print everything. You need to have most of the things in soft copy. So, like I said, you can check your emails in the browser, or you can use Outlook for it. There are two kinds of Outlook. One is Outlook Express, which is free with Windows, and another is MS Outlook, which comes with MS Office, and it's paid, but it's very effective. MS Outlook has advanced email handling features to improve your efficiency. You can sort emails via various means. It's not just on name, subject or time. You can also sort on size. You can sort on folders. You can delete useless emails. Of course, every email you can delete useless emails, but in Outlook you can delete even without reading it. You can save emails. Save as in you can save it for like time, long time. Search it fast. Recent Outlook upgrades have made possible that you can search it very fast. It has instant search activated, and they're indexed on subject, on message, sender, message recipient, on time. You can also have a size criteria. The biggest benefit in Outlook is that you can search inside the attachments. So if an attachment contains a particular text, the search result will match that particular message. Manage folders. You can manage the folders. You can put emails in folders like personal email, official email, email from old friends, things like that. Easy search and all saved information. Because all the folders, there are so many folders, you forget in which folder you had put what, and when you search for it, and maybe there's a mistake in filing. But because of this instant search, you can easily search it across all folders. You can even search it in other items, as in contact item. If you have a contact person name, So if you are searching for say Amitabh Bachchan, when you search, and if it's your old friend and it is in your contact book, you will get all results from that also. Multiple email address setup. You can, I'm not sure, but about 999 email accounts you can configure in Outlook. I'm not sure because I have used only up to 32 accounts at the maximum point of time where I had configured. One hidden advantage of using Outlook is that you can do rules. So move messages from someone to a folder. So all messages from my friend should go to this folder. All messages from my office should go to that folder. So automatically, even before you read the message, they automatically get filed. It's very useful to get rid of auto-generated emails. Say for example, HDFC sends me every month a bank statement. So the sender is same, the subject line is same, so I move a folder with a particular word in the subject to a folder named HDFC. Say maybe you can delete a conversation. So whenever there is conversation with starting with certain particular letters, you can put it in there. You can flag for follow-up. A lot of things can be done. This all is possible in Outlook, and that way it can manage your email. So practically about 100 messages every day out of the 700 I receive are filed automatically through Outlook rules. And the best thing is that even I have configured that certain messages I don't even get on mobile. So I don't get disturbed by getting useless messages on my mobile. They are automatically rectified. And mind you, I am not deleting those messages. So when I get time, they are low priority message. For example, my bank statement, I will read it when I have time. A good email practice would be creating a processed email folder where all your messages go to one particular folder as soon as if you see it, and you don't need to do any action on it. And create a folder for to be processed mail, which you need to work on it, and follow zero mail in inbox policy. Now what does it mean? This is what I learned from a book called Total Workday Control using Outlook. You have 100 action items. You have to do 100 things, and 50 of those things come over email. And out of the 700 emails I have, there are 50 work which I'm getting over email. Now, how do you decipher which 50 I need to see today? So what do you do is, first of all, when you get 100 emails, first of all this FYI emails, for your information emails, you should move into a particular folder called processed. Okay, I've got the information and I'm filing it for my future reference. Put it in process. Then there will be some items which need action. You put it into process. So you need to process on it. And then there will be junk items which you delete. So your inbox every day should become zero. So how I manage my day is, I start with initially, like as I come to office, couple of hours, I do this bifurcation of to process, processed and delete. By 1 or 2 hours I need to sit on this. Some emails require immediate attention, require an immediate reply, small reply. So I just give that reply and move on to processed. So say if I come to an office at 10 o'clock, by 11:30 or so, my inbox is zero. Okay? And I have a clear list of items to be processed. Okay? Now in the process list, I focus on items which require immediate attention and which require delayed attention. So there are some action items that on 5th of next month, you need to do this. So I put it in task. I move it as a task list which reminds me on 4th that on 5th I have to do this. Or whichever day backward, I will say if that task is 4 days, 5 days, then I remind it 1st or 2nd, or things like that. So till that I don't want to get disturbed with that task till 4th or 1st is alright. Okay, so that way I manage a inbox with a zero email, and I create for task for the emails which have task in it. Follow accountability process for yourself. See, when you have a deadline to it, you have to work towards it. You have to follow that deadline. If you have managed in this manner, your customers, your boss, everybody will be happy around you, because you will be accountable to yourself. And you will do, once task is sent to Mr. X, he will do it. You know, that kind of image you create in the market. And so people will give you more tasks. Good way to stay busy. Okay, organize your data, your day and your data. Calendar. Keep appointments for any task which need a specific time on your calendar. Allocate an appointment. But for a task which does not need specific time, create a reminder or a task. The difference between appointment and a task is that an appointment will require particular time. 2 to 4 on next Monday, I have to do this work. You cannot create a task for that because it's an appointment, specifically 2 to 4. But by evening of Monday, I need to complete this task. So Monday is the deadline, and by evening you need to complete. Now you may complete it in the morning, you may complete it in the evening or in the afternoon, or when the 2 to 4 appointment is getting cancelled. So that is a task. Now whenever you get an email which has a task in it, try to put it in either calendar or on a task. Task is basically a to-do list with priorities, with deadlines. It's very easy to manage a task list because you can put out priorities, high priority, low priority. You can put out the deadline and you can put out the task description. In the there is a notes attached to each task description, which you can write down. You can paste the entire email. So whenever you open the task, you don't need to search for that email. Contacts. Contacts are the name and addresses, contact details of all your database. How do you manage that? People put on mobile phones and don't back it up, and when the mobile phone is lost, everything is lost. Okay, so how do you put it? You put it on Outlook, sync your mobile phone through it. Most smartphones, or even I would say semi-smartphones, have a software which syncs your address book of mobile phone with the address book of Outlook. Easiest thing is put it online, put it on your Outlook, sync it through to your mobile, or vice versa. But do it, sync it is important. Sync your mobile phone. And now what do you do? What do you do of contacts? See, a contact on an average contains 1 KB or 5 KB of data. Its memory is very cheap now. You can get minimum size of hard disk today available is hundreds of GB. Okay. Now 1 KB of more data will not hurt you, but it will help. It's a gold mine. So whatever visiting card you collect, whatever contact you create, you should add it in your database. You should put it in your database once, because suppose a person calls you after 5 years and the mobile phone rings and you have his name on it, and you say, oh kem cho XYZ friend, and that friend will feel that you still remember him. You have saved the database. Just that 1 KB, 10 KB of information. If you just have the mobile phone, it is 1 KB, less than that. Okay, will go a long way in creating a very good impression in that mind, prospects in your old friend's mind. Now, because of mobile number portability, most of the mobile numbers are same over a long period of time. So that is an added, more motivating factor for you to save each and every number in your database. Okay, and remember, it's your gold mine. This is where all your gold is hidden. It's in your contact book. Notes are the rough information temporarily which is available in Outlook, but it's not a very organized way of writing. So ensure that you put something in note, but then put it in, either if it's a contact, put it in the contact. If it's a task, put it in a task. If it's an appointment, put it in a calendar. And if it's nothing and the work is over, delete it. A word of caution. 85% of people don't back up Outlook data file. 85%. I think the statistic is wrong, it's close to 95%. But let us say, it doesn't matter what percentage, you should back up your Outlook data file. Outlook data file is a PST file which is in your Outlook folder. You can search it, start.pst, and you will find it. And that file has all the information of email accounts, of contact database, of task, of calendar, everything is in PST file. And that PST file gets updated every time you click send and receive. It gets updated. If your 0 messages, probably it doesn't get updated, but if you send one message or receive one message, you have an updated copy of PST file. So what I suggest is you should periodically, say every week or every month, you should set a reminder on your calendar to keep a backup of PST either on CD. I back it up online through mozi.com, which backs it up whenever I connect to internet. It puts the entire copy of PST online. Okay? And you can do it earlier when Mozi was not there invented or internet speeds were not available. I used to keep a copy on external hard disk, and say every couple of months I used to burn a CD out of it. Now my Outlook data file is more than a DVD, so I cannot burn a DVD. I have to, I put it on external hard drive and online. I suggest you should back it up because you have your gold mine, your entire information on it. Okay, now let us compare it with Gmail. So Gmail, Google provides a lot of tools and Gmail is one of them. And Outlook is a email checking software, and Remax provides us a ID which is, so why should I use Gmail, or should I use Gmail? As of now, as we speak, Remax ID provides a substantially large space. Gmail provides a lot larger space, but it comes with a caveat. Let us see what is Gmail. You can configure your Gmail to your Outlook. So Gmail and Outlook are not enemies, sworn enemies, they're friends. You can configure Gmail into your Outlook and all your Gmail account email will come to Outlook. Very good. But Gmail reads your email and shows you advertisement. So if you see in Gmail, there is on site there are all advertisements which are relevant to your email. Whenever you send to other person that email and they check their ID over Gmail, your email is also read and their email response is also read, and particular ads are given. Gmail is not unlimited. After it is not unlimited. People think, oh, 10 GB, 15 GB, it will keep on rising every day, every second, the quota of Gmail. So it's practically unlimited. No, actually, you have a Gmail ID, you give it to hundreds of people, and you have a database of 7 GB of data, and then somewhere your increase of space and the Gmail increase of space get different, and you keep on increasing, you need more and more space, and Gmail doesn't give you that, so you have to pay for it. Once you have sent your address to everybody, once you have already used up so much space, you compulsory have to buy. There is no option. Of course it is not exorbitant, but of course it is a liability which comes to you, so it's not free, it's not unlimited. Unfortunately, Gmail doesn't sort email according to size, so you cannot delete heavy messages. So builders have sent you brochures for 10 MB and like you have got thousands such emails, but they are hidden somewhere among your 10,000 email items. Now, how will you find that? You cannot sort on size, so you cannot delete the heaviest email. So you will have to sit and delete all the useless emails. Okay? Or pay for it for the rest of your life, because once you are into Gmail, you cannot change your address. Offline messages are available in Outlook. See, if you are traveling over plane and you don't have internet, or in India, many times you don't have internet. Even at your office, downtimes are there. So in Outlook you get your old emails, while in Gmail you need compulsory an email account, online connectivity. It doesn't look professional to use the free email ID. How much will you like a person who is using free things? Do you think that person is professional enough? A person who cannot afford an email, can he give a right advice for a 1 crore property? Oh, okay. So now a customer is evaluating you based on your visiting card. Your visiting card carries a Gmail address. So the customer knows not much about you. He has not had a time to Google your name still, but you have a Gmail account. That's enough to put him off, because Because it's free and everybody has it. We'll show you a video of Gmail Man. It's a video created by Microsoft, to explain what Gmail does. It's not the truth, there is no Gmail Man as such, but you can see what Gmail does as an algorithm. Okay?
He's everywhere and nowhere at the same time. He peeks at every subject in unreal time, probing every sentence and all your punctuation. Got his nose in every colon in every situation. He's the Gmail Man.
Zucchini, volcano, lava, birthday, thanks, polar bears.
Hey, mailman. Are you looking at our mail?
No, I'm looking at everyone's mail.
How can you do that?
Well, sometimes when a person really loves their Gmail very, very much, the two get together and an ad is born.
Ew. You can't do that, mailman.
Of course I can. I'm not a mailman. I'm the Gmail Man.
Gmail Man.
Good morning, senders and receivers. Carolyn Johnson, get up off of that painful itching and burning of yours and come check this out. Little relief there? Probably feels good, right?
No, what, have you been reading my mail?
No, just skimming. For certain keywords, burning and sensation, cat, and dander. Good news is there's an ointment for 4 out of 4 of those, brought to you by Pharmaceutico. Would you like a free 2-week trial?
No, actually I wouldn't, because I was actually writing about a lasagna. I was afraid of burning, and my husband said it was sensational. I have a cat named Andy, but it's really actually none of your business.
It's my business, your business. It's all business. It's the business of advertising, personalized for whatever you're Gmailing.
Isn't that kind of wrong?
Who cares?
Gmail Man. His favorite game is peekaboo, his favorite word, so what? He smiles in your face when you stutter, but his ads are unsolicited, based on what you type. Makes you wanna ditch Gmail and go Office 365. He's the Gmail Man.
So, in the video we saw that the person was actually scrolling through your messages. It doesn't look good, right? There is no man as such, believe me, but yeah, he does show you advertisement based on the keywords in your messages. Okay, so you have a Remax ID. Remax ID, always use your Remax ID for communication, for inward-outward communication. It has a 500 MB storage space. You should have a proper signature, which is all contact information, address of your office. If you have a BlackBerry, then BlackBerry PIN. It should have your Facebook page. It should have your website URL. You may use your photo as your email signature for the first email you send to the customer. Don't use a long signature for all the time. You can use as a first email to a prospective customer, a long signature, but then eventually you can use shorter signature. Contacts. Contacts are of past clients, of current clients, sphere of influence, friends, relatives, geographical firm, niche firm, business owners of the same area, agents of the same area, agents outside the area. Now contacts can be categorized in these things. You can have colorful categories in Outlook which can categorize these are possible. So if you want to do a mailer, mass mailer to a particular database category, you can use that. Okay? So that's how you organize your contact and make it productive. Lead management system. You can have a Excel sheet which can be used to as a lead management system. In fact, GriffTech provides a lot of features for lead management. But to start with, you can use an Excel sheet, and eventually you can be a mature user of GriffTech. It has all these things: new inquiries, first level meetings, property showings, property feedback, negotiation, offer, token, done, transaction. When you do this lead management, it will help you to see at what level each of your properties are. Dropbox. Dropbox is an online filing cabinet to store any files, to be able to retrieve them with ease from any computer. Share your files with colleagues or clients and close the sale faster. These files can be video files, photographs, it can be heavy PDF files, it can be JPG files, created through Design Center. So Dropbox is a very useful tool for sharing heavy files. We don't want to explain how it is. Very simple. You have to create a Dropbox free ID, and then you have to put it, and you get to send the URL. You have to upload all the file and send the URL. It's very simple. Again, it's free for limited use. Skype. Attend every meeting from the comfort of your home by using the video conferencing with Skype. Skype is a hugely successful platform for video conferencing. It has been bought over by Microsoft and is getting integrated in all Microsoft products, and you can just add customers to Skype even though you are in the same city, because they can comfort of their home, they can do your voice call free and a video call also free. And these days even TVs are with Skype. Up to 10 people can do a virtual meeting, require you only a computer and a webcam. Interesting. Most of the computers have inbuilt webcam these days. Design Center. This is one feature of Remax which is not available to a lot of people. It's for new sale, resale property. You have to design brochures, and you can print. You can design postcards, e-cards, iPad presentation, brochures, you can leave flyers, you can, as a broker owner, you can do recruitment materials, as a broker associate you can do property related materials, even classified ads and whatnot. Use Design Center to improve your offerings to the customers. What thing says 1,000 words? Do you know that? Dash is equal to 1,000 words. Okay. So if you know, then you can say it aloud, and if you don't know, then the dash is photograph. A photograph is equal to 1,000 words. Actually, the correct saying is a picture is equal to 1,000 words. And in property broking in India, traditionally people avoid taking photograph and giving photograph. However, there is a problem which we need to solve, because if a person is buying a property and he needs to decide which property to go and visit, he needs to see a photograph. Okay, so that much is his requirement, and it is very much logical to solve that requirement. We use photographs in the following manner. Firstly, we use for listings. For listing any property, we use the photograph. In Remax, it is compulsory to have 3 photographs. For Design Center, we need photograph to design up-to-date marketing material. For YouTube videos, you can use the photograph to pan it and make a YouTube video out of it. That's also in Windows Movie Maker, you can make a YouTube video out of a photograph. Slideshare PPT, you will again need a photograph. For blog, you can put a photograph on your blog and make it more attractive. Again, you need a photograph. Twitter, TweetPic, there is this and the link along with the Twitter update for photograph. Facebook is rich if you have a photograph. And print material. Again, gold photograph is so much more important, like never before. 5 years ago, none of this was relevant to the real estate world. Today, it's very much important. You require a listing will start once you have a photograph. So let us do a property listing exercise. A property with an excellent view overlooking a river, sea and a hill. Very upmarket locality, 3-bedroom, fully furnished, good work, parking for 2 cars. Now when I give you this description that, sir, I have this property, would you like to view it? Guess what the sir will say after viewing this photograph. So I will say, yes, I would like to look at the property. This is the view we were talking about. This is the view from the property. Now the sir wants to see what the property is from inside. But because we didn't have the photograph of the inside property, we have to see. Now when he goes there and sees that, oh, I don't like the exterior of this bungalow, we could have avoided that visit altogether by showing the exterior of the bungalow as a photograph. Okay? Now, of course, the probability of that person visiting increases by this photograph, and you don't waste your time showing property which they would have eliminated over in your office. So, try to always get a photograph. Now, what things you take care while you get a photograph? Firstly, it should not be a shabby looking place. It should be clean. This is something which is common sense, but people don't use it often, it's not available. So people take photograph whatever it is. Now look at this bag, look at this open drawer. You could have closed this drawer. Cluttered tabletop, not good. Old generation TV, very bad photograph. If nothing was there, it would be a better photograph. There is this algae, or I would say fungus. Not good. It should be clean home, no clothes lying, no garbage. Should not be able to determine the property unless you have an exclusive listing. If it's an open listing, you should not be able to, the buyer should not be able to see which property is there. But if it's an exclusive listing, you can go ahead. Tips for a good photograph. Use a good camera. A digital SLR is the best camera that you can have. Better lighting. Always have a better lighting. Just imagine this room without lighting. It will be dull. No cloudy day. View from inside. Outside view from inside and exterior view from the outside. These are some tips for a good photograph. Property listing. So we discussed that a good photograph is useful in property listing. Now what is a good property listing? Okay, we talked about a good SEO. In that we mentioned that each property has its website, and if you do right keywords, then you get a good ranking of your listing. But what is a good property listing? See, a good property listing is very important because buyers require more information, floor plan, elevation, views, amenities. Buyers prefer to see properties over internet and shortlist rather than visit each and every option. They don't have time. Buyers can be outside city or even country. Buyers want to share information with others. This is the reason why very good property listing is important. You will not even meet the prospective buyer if your property listing is bad. So if you think that you will explain it to him and no need to list everything over the internet, but he may not even call you. Okay? Brokers need to make quality leaflet and give as handout. Now how do these leaflets are made? Through a better listing. Promptly respond over email. Okay? When there is an inquiry over and above. Now if there is listing is mentioned everything, you get less emails. If the working network, technology is critical for sharing information. So if you have a network, you just send a URL. Smartphones are using apps to search properties. Okay? So if you have a property listing, better then it will be listed in the smartphone apps. So here we end our training session on role of technology in real estate. Here are some of the sites. Remax13 you will know as well. This is the regional site, remax-mgm13, and this is the Facebook page we have. Now I would request all of you to maximum utilize your time and energy and put up maximum content online. This content will set you apart from a normal real estate broker, and you will get wonderful results in the long run. Thank you, and see you again.